When it comes to Kirby, I tend to enjoy his adventures. I thought Kirby's Epic Yarn was very creative and a very fun Wii game, but a tad on the easy side. Plus, I was a little annoyed that it really wasn't a Kirby game, but a clever platformer with Kirby just added in to sell copies. Now Kirby finally has a true Wii title. Will it be worth the wait, or is this just one bad nightmare? The plot of this game is that Kirby witnesses an alien ship falling out of the sky, and he takes it upon himself to fix the ship and return the alien back to their home planet. I guess he really just has nothing better to do. Poor guy, or girl, or whatever Kirby really is. Let's just say he's miscellaneous. Man, even in dreams, Kirby can't get away from work. That would be the most depressing dream world to live in. Alright, what am I going to dream about tonight? I'm going to dream about defeating a lot of enemies and doing a lot of hard work. Wait a minute, why don't I just dream I'm on a beach somewhere? Why am I making it so hard on myself? Poor Kirby. The graphics look really good. I mean, they weren't stunning, but they weren't supposed to be. Each world looked and felt differently, and you always wondered what colorful world you would step into next. The creators did a good job of replicating the original style, but improving upon it. You control Kirby by holding the Wiimote sideways and playing it like an NES game. The controls are very easy to learn. They basically come down to jump and suck. Kirby has the ability to suck up enemies and absorb their power. Some of the different powers that Kirby can absorb are actually quite clever. So you're going to want to try and suck up as many enemies as possible to see the different powers you can get. Now, one of the new things to this game is that Kirby has a super suck ability, which will greatly increase the amount of sucking power coming from Kirby. To do this, all you have to do is push down the button to suck and then shake your Wiimote. This move was good to suck in blocks not normally affected by Kirby's great inhaling powers. There are also super variations of powers, like where you can do a devastating power attacks that will destroy anything in its way. These sections were usually pretty brief, but they were pretty fun when you could do them. In the beginning, you might think this is a really easy game, but I assure you in the later levels, it will do a complete 180, and it will be very hard and you will die quite often. So if you're in for a challenge, this game will give it to you, especially if you like going for 100% completion. At the end of each world, there's a boss fight for the piece of the ship, because for some reason it's finders keepers, even when it's as strange as a part of a wing of a ship. But that boss will do anything to keep it. After you beat the boss, you'll collect the part of the alien ship, and then you'll have to repair the ship. Now how do you do that? You just throw it at it, and it just magically goes where it needs to go. I wish I could just toss a part on my car and it'll fix it, but it does seem a bit strange that they just had you auto-repair the ship. As much as I can't believe I'm saying this, it would have been the perfect place for a minigame to repair the ship. There are minigames to play though, but they're just extras. This game is also multiplayer compatible. You and 3 other players can play the game at the same time. If one of the other players dies, you will all work off the same pool of lives the first player has. But if you run out of lives, you can still join up with the main player, but you'll start out with much less life. Also, if the first player dies, no matter how many people are playing, that part of the level resets. So unlike other games out there, you're going to want to protect the main character, because if he dies, you're going to need to start over. The other players have the option to play as a clone of Kirby, or a few of the other characters from Kirby's world if they choose to. They can pick from King Dedede, Meta Knight, or Waddle Dee. The downside to playing these characters is the lack of upgradable attacks, as they only have one kind of attack, unlike Kirby who could change attacks depending on which enemy it absorbs. Also, if you enjoy collectibles, in each world there's a certain number of cogs to collect, and that differs from level to level. They're hidden throughout the levels. So if you are one of those people who just love to replay levels looking for extras and hidden areas, then you will really enjoy this game. Kirby's Return to Dreamland is a fun return back to the original feel of the series. It controlled well, and the multiplayer wasn't as chaotic an experience that I have played in other games for the Wii. I would recommend this game to anyone over the age of 7 or 8. But like I said before, the game does ramp up the difficulty level about halfway through, and younger age kids might find it a little bit frustrating at times. But I do think they can push through it. That being said, the game is great, and a whole lot of fun, so you should buy it now.